Hey, what is going on, guys? In today's video, I think we need to have a conversation about the TAC shotgun and why it desperately needs to be buffed at this point in the game. Look, the fact of the matter is the TAC is not competitive, right? I told you guys, gold pump versus blue TAC, which would you choose? 952 of you voted, so thank you for participating. 93% of you are taking the gold pump. Step down to the blue pump versus the blue TAC, still 88% of you are picking that. Step down to the green pump. Still, 83% of you are taking the pump. This is not a situation of, it's a debate. Maybe green pump versus blue tack. But once we reach the blue pump, that conversation is completely out the window. Now, why is this a problem? It can be hard to understand if you like the pump. You synergize well with it. Like, what's the problem with, the pump being good? There's not a problem with the pump being good. But I want you to think about your least favorite gun in this game. Maybe it's the tack. Maybe it's the silent sniper, the pistol. It doesn't matter. Just think about that gun you just don't like. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You just don't like it. Now imagine if that gun did triple damage tomorrow. That gun is probably going to be almost mandatory to carry, similar to the pump shotgun today. Would you enjoy the game in that situation? I bet a lot of you wouldn't. And that's really the problem, is that if you don't like the pump shotgun, you're forced to run it anyway, which I think is really unfortunate. Now, while yes, I would argue the pump shotgun should be nerfed, I don't think we have to make it completely useless to make the TAC viable. I think a good starting solution would be to consider buffing the TAC. But it's understandable. A lot of us, enjoy the historical aspects of this game and don't necessarily want to make a buff that, isn't historically accurate. So how can we, buff the TAC without completely, ruining that authenticity in a sense? Well, I think we can look ahead to historical season 9. And let's think about this, right? The TAC shotgun in Season 9 got two buffs. One, it got a damage buff from 67, 70, 74 up to 71, 75, 79. So not a huge buff, 4 to 5 damage, but it is there. And it also got a headshot multiplier buff from 2.0 to 2.25. So again, not a massive buff, but those two together do make a noticeable difference. And I think that would be a perfect solution for the TAC shotgun. It's semi-historical because it did actually happen. And with the TAC shotgun in that state, I think we could begin to start having conversations about maybe taking the blue tack over the green pump. Or maybe, if you really like the tack, you could take it over the blue pump, right? And I think that'd be good for the game. Is that going to make the tack shotgun broken overnight? Absolutely not. The tack shotgun is still not going to be competitive against the Spaz. But it's just a step in the right direction. Make it so if you prefer the tack shotgun, you're not totally screwed if you choose to run it. And it'll also mean early game, there's just going to be less RNG. Because if you get a gray tack, that's still a more usable gun than it is in the current state of the game. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you disagree, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm happy to have a conversation with you about this, and I will catch you in the next one.